Hello, my fellow duelists and collectors! 2019's almost over. You know what that means? We're restarting the deck series, where I'm going to update you on all of my decks and how I've changed them, or just give you a review because I don't want to go through every single one and see which ones I actually changed. So I'm going to show you them all, updated. Now, these will work in the contemporary format, but I don't really play it that much, so I can't say this is the best version, but I do think they'll work well and be fun, and they're mainly for ideas for you guys to bounce off of. Here we go. Starting with, obviously, as you clicked on, the Twilight Dragon, Chaos Dragon deck profile. Emperor Dragon Envoy of the End, and Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning. We also have now the Envoy of Evening Twilight Blackluster Soldier, so that's the three primaries, I guess you'd call them, of the deck, boss monsters, what have you. We have a Darkness Metal and Dark Arm. Those are the BA dragons, both dark though. Gores for protection, obviously, in case you are left with nothing. Triple Light Pulsar. I've actually been thinking about changing the 3 Light Pulsar and 3 Dark Flare. I'm not sure how yet, but they're definitely up on the chopping block. 3 Dark Flares, of course, that would be the other standard along with Light Pulsar, since that's like the main cards of the decks. We have a Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, Herald of Creation, and White Dragon Wyvern Burster. Now, I'm not sure how necessary these cards are. I mean, the fact that they're limited on the ban list shows me that they have really good potential. I don't know what their reason for being limited is. Comment down below if you actually know. And Herald of Creation is just to add more boss monsters back to the deck. And then we have a Dwarf Star Dragon. He's a substitute, but he's decently good, so I throw him in there. 3 Lilas for that spell and trap destruction mainly. It's nice to have the mill also because getting extra cards in the grave never hurt anything. It was actually very helpful to the deck. And then 2 Divine Dragon Apocryph to get other dragons back from the grave. You understand. And then 1 Defrag Dragon. He's also a substitute, but he's decently, good enough to keep in the deck. Summoner Monk, pretty self-explanatory. And then Vylon Cube, actually really important to put in the deck. I put it in there because, besides the fact that it's a tuner, when you use it for a synchro summon of a light monster, you add an equip spell from your deck to your hand. Now, what equip spell would be so important? If you haven't already guessed, it would be Different Dimension Reincarnation, because that'll give you access to your Banished. So definitely a good combo to have in there with each other. And then to more back row control, MST, obviously easily substituted with Twin Twister. Draw power is Charge Light Brigade, Allure of Darkness, and then Pot of Acquisitiveness, which is really good for this specific deck for remove play. Now, other standard spell card would be like Burial, which would make sense. I think Monster Reborn will do fairly well in this, and Reasoning is especially good for the sake of the variety of levels you have in the deck, so it works pretty well often. Card Destruction and Book of Moon are the last 2 spells. They're pretty staple, standard, self-explanatory. 2 Blackhorn of Heaven to negate the summons of your opponent's card. I think this card, even though I'm sure there are better cards, is really underrated still. I mean, I'm sure it's super cheap online and it just negates a summon cost free. Of course, it's very limited, area of ability, but still. 1 different Escape from the Dark Dimension. I used to run more, but then I realized that it gets too cloggy with 3 of them, and you really don't need very many when you have Different Dimension Reincarnation in the deck, so it's more of a backup staple. And then the Gore's Emissary of Darkness token for that, you understand. And then for the extra deck, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, 1 Hypishnigan, and then 1 Wee Witch's Apprentice. You got the light, the dark, said that backwards, whatever. And Nightmare Cerberus is more of a staple. So that's for the links. And then for the Ixies, we have Utopia, Key Beetle, and Starleash Paladynamo. Again, light, dark, and then staple. It's sort of the theme. And then for the synchros, we have Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, Dark End Dragon, Stardust Dragon, and then Michael. And I do have an extra deck, but it's not actually specific to this deck, so I'm going to do a separate video on the extra decks that I built. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more of my videos, check them out over here. And if you want to subscribe to me, that'll be right here. Thank you for watching. Now go do something else with your life, and I am sure it'll be productive. Bye.